Hi everybody. It is officially almost 10:30 and I'm about to go to bed, but just kind of want to say hi, good evening to those of you that are about to go to bed. It doesn't feel like it's been a long day. It's just kind of been more of a worrying slash excited day because of two things. One, my girlfriend is officially on the Amtrak train and on her way here. She'll be here the 6th, perhaps maybe late instead of at 9:30 as expected. So that's exciting. Also, her stepmom, which I barely got to know, supposedly is sending something for me with Sage. So when she gets here, I'll hopefully get it. Now, here's what I think. My eyebrows look so. I love my eyebrows. Actually, really love my eyebrows. This is a big step. Might be a bit square on the end, but I don't really care. They're my eyebrows. They do have a bit of an arch to them. Sorry. No, no, not allowed to ramble. Um, Supposedly, according to stepmom, it's something that has a lot of meaning to her. I'm like, oh, okay. The first thing that came to my mind was family heirloom. I'm like, fuck, why does it have to be a family heirloom? We've just been together for a few months. That's it. There's a real strong connection. We have a lot of similar interests. We both make each other happy. There's a lot of, it's like a best friend, really strong best friend relationship. And all of a sudden, the stepmom of Sage is just sending something down with her to give to me. And I'm like, what is going on? I'm like curious and excited, and I'm also a little terrified because I've never gotten a gift from a random stranger. I mean, well, I take that back. There was, let's see, when I was in special ed, kind of the horrible yet relatively peaceful moments of my education, the special ed teacher I was working with in Colorado during the time many years ago, uh, we really grew to be true. It felt like we were real friends. Like there was a teacher student friendship right there, and I didn't want it to end. But when it came time to end, she said, "Oh, why don't you come with me? I have something in my car that I want to give you." And I'm like, "Okay, whatever. As long as I don't have to be in the school anymore, learning anything difficult." And I walked out, and she gave me a purple fuzzy teddy bear. And I'm like, I was like, "Oh, it's a fucking teddy bear." But then on my other hand, it's like, oh, this is really sweet. I didn't realize she wanted to give me anything. But it's really sweet of her. So I still have it on my little shelfy shelf right there. I don't think you guys will be able to see it at all. Sorry. I'm not a big teddy bear fan. They just seem so cliche of a stuffy to be using. Yes, I'll have maybe like Pokemon merch. Anime merch or movie merch or a band merch or something, so the stuffed animal, or a book merch or something, but not a teddy bear. And if you think about it, bears bears in themselves, from which the teddy bear came from, bears are very powerful and ferocious creatures. You do not want to mess with them. You do not want to get in their way of their food, their family, or their territory. Specifically their territory, which includes their face. So people think teddy bears are all cute and cuddly. I'm like, no. If you give me a different animal, like a wolf or a big cat or a horse or a fox, I'll be fucking happy with that. Or even a dolphin, I'll be happy with that. But often teddy bears are given as gifts, and I'm like, that's so tacky. They need to do something else. But it's the thought that counts. The second thing is my niece has been transferred to 3C, which is basically a correctional facility for kids, basically a crazy house for kids. First, they have the juvenile place for bad teens, and they have the normal adult for for stupid adults and everything. And now they have one for kids, which I didn't know of, but apparently, according to my cousin, they've been around for a while. I just didn't think they would have something for kids. But apparently, if you're under 18, you're still considered a child, which doesn't make sense to me. to me, I think if you're, let's say, maybe, I don't know, 12 or younger, you're still considered a child. If you're 12 or if you're like 13 or older, then you're considered a teenager. Then if you're past the 18 mark, then you're officially an adult. That's what I think it is. But apparently, my niece snapped in the recent days, like literally just recently, and she cut on her neck and up against her arm. So it seems like she's, from what I wasn't told, but I could still kind of hear that she's going to be sent to the 3C for a bit, and then she's probably going to be transferred to a foster home or some sort for a while. So basically, it's going to be like, it sounds like it's going to be like a very long recovery process for her to figure out everything. She's never going to get her phone back. She's never going to see her friends again. She's probably going to get family visits and lots of help, whether she likes it or not. Now, this is the main reason I wanted to talk about on my video today. I may not know a whole lot about the feelings these people go through. I may not understand the reason why they do these things, but I'm just going to kind of offer some positive perspective, I guess, and more of a friendly ideas, I guess, ideas and thoughts. Now, I think I've talked about this before in other videos, but I cannot remember where. But I still have a feeling my niece is doing this because something is bothering her. Usually, from what I could remember, she usually does this stuff is because something's bothering her. And it's upsetting her to the point of being violent. Uh, Something's heavy is weighing on her shoulders, and there's lots of pressure. But most likely, I think something's bothering her and it's upsetting her. And my stupid uncle didn't need to yell at her and threaten to kick her butt, though even if it's harmless, he still could have been, a little gentle. You all know my feelings to specific relatives I have on here. He's not a very sensitive person. It'd be nice for guys and girls, I guess, to have a bit of sensitivity, and this uncle of mine has hardly any. He only contains a little bit for the sake of maybe his wife, and that's it. So I think it's partially his fault and whatever is bothering my niece. If I had the power of vocal words and, maybe trying to figure out what's wrong with her and be able to talk to her and have that confidence, I would be so happy to talk to her. But on one hand, I don't. I don't at all. My words are more better on paper, and I think she never read my paper. She may have got the drawing, but I don't think she's ever read the paper because either she doesn't like me or she just doesn't want to, and according to my aunt and nearly all the family, which I think it's wrong, that they all think that she wants attention, she wants help, but then she doesn't accept the help. She hates everybody. She wants a life of her own, and even though she's only 15, she's still too young. She doesn't help at all around the house, literally at all. Even the simple babysitting is too much for her. She sleeps in all day. She hardly ever eats. I don't even know if she takes her pills. She doesn't keep journals anymore like she used to. Whenever she has her phone, she literally spends all her time on her phone or in her room. And then she stays up super late till let's say 3 a.m. to 4 a.m., even to 7 a.m. And to her, from last time I checked, that is not staying up late. And to me, staying up late past midnight is definitely staying up late. I can understand staying up late if it's for school or if it's for work, but other than that, there's no other reason for you to stay up late. In a supernatural case, in a matter of life and death, if you're battling for your life, then yes, stay up as late as you possibly can. But on another hand, I feel like I kind of understand because from what I've been hearing, she's been dealing with a lot of drama that I apparently haven't seen, but I know that it's still there because our family is very dysfunctional. It has gotten a lot worse over the last couple of years, yet no one will say anything. No one will even talk about it. It frustrates me a lot, but I find ways of coping with it. I just wish my niece could find close to the same ways of dealing with the drama. It's either with family or something with her friends. I know she doesn't have a, I'm pretty sure she doesn't have a boyfriend, so it's not with that. I'm pretty sure it's not with her dad. I think it's with family. And she has this thing like me and my siblings do. You know, if something's bothering us, we'll hold it down deep inside for very long periods of time. And then we never have the courage to actually talk about it, and it'll literally tear us apart on the inside for years and years and years, and then it'll affect us in the future. My sister Michelle literally said that quite often when she was here, and I see it too all the time, but I deny it most likely because I can hide mine a lot better than my siblings can. I found ways to cope with it without the help of family, therapist, or drugs, or, self harm. Now, you all know I have had moments of really like maybe 1 or 2 days of pure sadness and hopelessness, but it quickly disappeared as it quickly came. But I still have according to my niece, my 15-year-old niece here, from many years ago, she thinks I'm, I'm pretty sure she still thinks I am very pessimistic. And if I know my vocabulary, it means a very negative person, always thinking negative stuff. Now, I think I've gotten a little bit better from being so pessimistic. Uh, I think my girlfriend's actually the cause of that. Um, and just maybe a little bit of me, because I've definitely grown a little bit since 20 something years ago. Me, I don't see the world as bad as I once thought it was. For a very long time there, I thought the world hated me, that I wasn't meant for this life. I felt like I had so much to offer, yet no one was willing to listen to me. I felt like I was not really wanted. I felt like I never belonged anywhere. I literally felt like an invisible ghost tomboy, and I would never find my true path. Now, as soon as college got around, I actually started to see my path before me. And the only thing I needed was at least some support from family, and then I would figure it all the rest on my own. But now, since I actually got friends, all of them are literally online, um, and my girlfriend, I actually feel like there's actually a strong sense of hope for me that I haven't felt in for a while. Now, I don't have a whole lot of time left on this phone, but I hope for those of you who are struggling like my nieces, who is suicidal and depressed and feeling so very alone, you're not alone. You're not alone at all. You're worth every breath in people's bodies. Someone out there, someone, maybe if it's not in your family, maybe it's not in your community, but somewhere around the world, there's literally billions of people in this world. Someone out there needs you. You're a hero and you just don't